Hello everyone, I'm Megan Sullivan and welcome to History in Games, a video and audio series where I celebrate the educational power of video games by highlighting the cool history hidden inside our favorite games. Today, I'll be talking about my very first impressions of Regency Solitaire II by Grey Alien Games. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and this channel a follow, and I will continue to bring you all the games and history goodness. Thank you. So, as you may recall, about a year ago, I did a really fun interview with Helen Carmichael, one of the creators of the first Regency Solitaire, and I learned a lot about the inspiration for that game and its upcoming sequel, Regency Solitaire II. Just for review, the first Regency Solitaire takes place in, you guessed it, Regency-era England, and follows the story of Bella, a young lady who attempts to navigate a budding romance while raising money for her family after her brother gambles away the family fortune. Ironically, the only way Bella can raise money is by gambling on games of solitaire, but luckily she, and by she I mean the player, has an uncanny knack for the game. Players raise money by winning hands of solitaire and can earn more money every time they manage to string together a combination of cards that follow each other up or down in sequential order and remove as many cards from the screen as possible so they can earn more stars to earn more money. However, this isn't as easy as it sounds. Bella must remove obstacles that prevent her from simply placing the cards on top of each other. So for example, she has to use keys to unlock cards, unravel ribbons tying cards together, etc, etc. Happily, every time she earns money, she can buy accessories and clothes that give her an active or passive ability in the game, and also earns her brooches that can do things like burn up cards, reshuffle the deck, and so forth. It's a satisfying gameplay loop of playing solitaire, using money for power-ups, and traveling along a map that lets Bella visit famous places in England. The game only takes a few hours to complete, whether on easy or hard mode, and I highly recommend it. So, now that the demo is out for this sequel, what do I think of it? Honestly, I can say I really like it. I mean, on the one hand, it's more of the same. On the other hand, it's more of the same, but better, and I'll explain why. So in the demo, upcoming spoiler alert for Regency Solitaire 1, we pick up where we left off with Bella and Henry. These two lovebirds have gotten married and are living happily together, but there's a slight hitch. Henry's mother is not willing to let Bella run her own household and insists she should be the one to handle affairs on the estate. Bella wants to prove herself and hits on the idea that she should create a splendid garden for everyone to enjoy. If she can do that, surely her mother-in-law will be so impressed she'll let Bella finally be the lady of the house. In the meantime, Henry's rakish younger brother Horatio comes home after a tour of Europe and seems keen to spend time with Henrietta, Bella's dependable and very sweet maid. Of course, this is Regency-era England, and there are strict codes of conduct between classes, and Henrietta, in the eyes of society, is far too below the handsome Horatio to even entertain marrying him, which is too bad because they clearly like each other. So, will Bella impress her mother-in-law? Can true love win a class war? This is the intriguing narrative setup for Regency Solitaire II, and I love how a little bit of upstairs-downstairs is thrown into the mix. Even better, I love the idea of using Regency-era gardens as part of the theme. Thanks to brilliant men like Capability Brown and Humphrey Repton, it was at this point in history that the quintessential English garden was born, with its wide parks and classical features sprinkled with a bit of Asian influence. I just love the idea of playing around in one of these gardens. Also, if you think it's odd that the gardener in this game isn't an old white man, there are examples of people of color who were famous and well-respected horticulturalists around this time. One is John Eastham, who was brought to Wales from Africa as a slave and worked as a gardener on a local estate in the mid and late 18th century. He was praised for his incredible talent as a horticulturalist and extremely liked by the community. He became a local legend, and his biography was finally written down from oral tradition at the end of the 19th century. He was also finally honored in the horticultural community in 2021 when a new rose variety was named after him in the UK. A second example is Thomas Birch Freeman, who is famous as a missionary but first worked as head gardener at Orwell Park in England and continued to be an incredible botanist while doing missionary work on the Gold Coast of Africa. At any rate, the basic gameplay for Regency Solitaire II starts out much the same as its predecessor. Players must remove all the cards off a colorful series of charming tableaus in order to earn money for their new garden. Combos will earn more money, and the more cards you remove from the tableau, the more stars you'll earn, which will also give you money. Once you earn enough coin, you'll then be able to add beautiful items to your garden that also act as power-ups in a game of cards. For example, a statue of Poseidon will wash away 2 cards at once, the Wheel of Fortuna will reshuffle cards to get a better pattern, a croquet mallet will knock a pesky card off the tableau, and a sundial will turn a card into a wild card of the same value that you can play whenever you need to. Deciding when to use these abilities is half the strategy and fun of Regency Solitaire II, and so long as you keep playing cards, these abilities, which are tied to brooch-shaped gauges, will recharge. Oh, and if you find tea on the tableau, they'll fill up much faster. And you'll need these abilities, because there are some cute new mechanics that up the ante. To access cards, you'll need to clip away greenery, put flowers in a vase, gently shoo away butterflies, as well as search for lost items like smelling salts, peonies, etc., etc. Cards are also arranged in whimsical kaleidoscope patterns on top of lovely new locations in England, so now more than ever, players need to pay attention to where everything is. Luckily, cards that can be played are highlighted when you mouse over them, and you have the chance to redo a mistake or use a joker card to start a combo when you see an opportunity to do so. Again, strategy is important here, and it's fun. Oh, and finally, I just want to say I enjoy the newly arranged soundtrack, although I was a little disappointed there wasn't more variety. A new song or two would be most welcome. Maybe those are unlocked later? At any rate, whether I played on normal or hard mode, which can be challenging, I enjoyed my time with the demo and can't wait to play more Regency Solitaire II in the future. Have you gotten a chance to play the demo yet? What did you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for supporting History and Games, everyone. See you later!